Mwahaha. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's time for my third and final entry into the 30 Years of Horror tier list. Let us begin with the rules. The game must be on Steam, none from the same series, and nothing too generically popular, though I break that rule a couple of times in this video. But most importantly, just know that the enjoyment I feel a game can provide will be ranked via pros and cons, whereas the tier list itself is just for horror, just for the spookiness potential of each game. First, but not least, is Dying Light, developed by Techland and released January 26, 2015. I know this $50 entry immediately breaks my own rule number 3, but since the third game in the series just came out a few weeks ago, I figured I'd start by showing off its predecessor.
The eyes of the world have been glued to the city of Haran for the past 2 months, following the outbreak of a previously unknown pathogen. The Ministry of Defense believes more radical action should be taken to stem the tide of this virus.
The question is, are there still non-infected survivors in the city as the GRE maintains?
You play as a non-infected survivor in the city, as the GRE maintains.
To annihilate the city in an attempt to wipe out the Haran virus once and for all.
Whether by way of the virus or the Ministry's proposed plan, one thing is certain. Haran's days are numbered.
Can't quite place my finger on it, but something tells me I'm only seeing 75% of the screen. Boy, I love PC gaming. Gotta turn off the full screen to make full screen work. What I said earlier was true. You are one of the survivors in the city that will soon be annihilated by the local government.
Okay, give me a sec.
However, you also work for the Global Relief Effort, or GRE. They're the ones who sent you here in the first place.
I'm on a mission to get Antizin from the airdrop. If I don't succeed, they'll have to come up with something else.
Acknowledged. Be sure to call us immediately if and when you get that Antizin. So if you find an airdrop containing Antizin, destroy it.
What? Why?
Wait a minute. Destroying the anti-zombie drug? That doesn't sound like it would provide global relief.
But there are civilians depending on this stuff.
Duplicity aside, the gameplay consists of helping out various local survivors.
First of all, you did great out there. From now on, if you need
while avoiding the hordes of ravenous undead and gangs of ill-mannered humans.
Don't try to fight them. Just find the second one. Look for the smoke from the flare. The crate should be close by.
I tried to fight them. The main draw of this game is its incredibly free-flowing movement and combat, which makes even just walking around the map feel fresh and fun every time. There are few games where just getting to your next objective is the most fun part, and even fewer where that's a good thing. Dying Light ticks both of those boxes comfortably. And although it's largely action-focused, there's certainly moments where the horror shines through. Oh no, I best get out of here. Ow. So at the end of the day, there's not much to say. Other than that, a physics-based zombie parkour playground is just a plain fun time. And upon the most prolific 30 Years of Horror tier list, this one's getting a B. Still mostly action, much like the other two in this tier. Second, we have GYLT, created by Tequila Works and released November 19th, 2019. It'll run you $20. It starts out super dark.
I can't believe it's been over a month now.
You're this young girl who's putting up missing person posters for an even younger girl, your 7-year-old cousin who's been missing for over a month. Obviously, this would be a traumatic experience for anyone, let alone an elementary schooler.
Most people lost hope after a few weeks. They just stopped looking.
Which makes it absolutely hilarious 20 minutes into this game when you find your missing cousin and are completely unfazed.
Is that Emily? All this time, was she hiding at school? I don't understand. Why would Emily hide at school?
No relief, no strong emotion, just, she's at school, that's weird. Anyway, this game focuses on the damage that can be done by children being bullied. In this case, a message that's made immediately, comically, and gratuitously clear.
Hey, Sally! You still looking for your cousin?
What'd you do to her?
Haha, still looking for your little cousin that probably got kidnapped? What a loser, let's chase her down. Like, come on, man, does anybody really suck that bad? Throughout the game, you venture through the night exploring various parts of the town, and quickly realizing that something drastic has happened.
What's going on here?
Even the Earth itself has been altered, and there are no people to be found. But the lack of humans doesn't mean you're alone. Yeah, I don't really know what this has to do with bullying anymore. There are a number of strange creatures, some to interact with, and many from which to desperately hide.
No. Please go away.
I think that's what makes the horror in this game so effective. There are no large caliber firearms or steroid-drenched super soldiers. You're just a scared little girl with a flashlight in a world of incomprehensible monsters. The puzzle rooms call to mind classics like the Resident Evil series, but your almost total lack of combat ability continually serves to elevate that feeling of tension, sometimes even past those games, despite the fact that they're all much more gruesome and violent than this is. It's another title that does so much with so little, proving the power of discretion and contrast in horror. And so, on the 30 Years of Horror tier list, this one gets an A. Next up, Resident Evil 8 Village, released by Capcom on May 7th, 2021. Damn, it's cheaper than Dying Light, only $40. I don't want to go too easy on myself. How about hardcore?
Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to pick berries for her father.
You play as a young girl who went... Nah, I'm just kidding. You play the most terrifying role of all. A responsible father and husband.
In a blink.
Mia, get down!
Whoops. My bad. You play as a responsible father.
All clear. Rose? What the hell are you doing with my daughter? Package.
You play as a dude named Ethan.
I said get your hands off her! Ethan.
Yeah. Man, these Europeans sure do have a strange sense of decoration. He's probably the one who put those crows there.
Where the hell am I?
This place looks proper spooky. It's a good thing I brought my trusty CSGO knife. And at this point, I have to address the elephant in the room. My screen is tearing like wrapping paper on Christmas morning in this footage. It wasn't happening on my screen, so I had no idea that video capture was having some serious issues with my impressive movement speed in 4K. And you're just gonna have to deal with it, you little pee-pee piss boy. There's nothing you or I can do about it. Plus, you can still see every vein, pore, and crease on the man's hand, so no more complaining from you. Resilient fella, aren't you?
Oh, no. They're coming. Who is? What the hell was that? Do you have a gun? What? Please tell me you have a gun. No, why would I? Shit! No. Get back!
And that's why I always carry a gun.
What the hell?
Or two. Why would I want to run? As you can see, this game runs into an issue we've discussed before, what I like to call the American solution, where they give you so many guns in a horror game that even the spookiest monsters can be quickly reduced to pincushions. Granted, in the normal game you don't get these super powerful guns with unlimited ammo, so the conservation of your resources is a key contributor to the horror and fun of the game. But everything else pales in comparison to the most spine-tinglingly horrifying element of this game by far. Oh no. Three hot monster girls pushing me around. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Mother, I bring you fresh prey.
You are so kind to me, daughters. Now, let's take a look at him.
Whoa, Mama.
Well, Ethan Winters.
S tier. No further explanation needed. Utterly horrifying.
Starting to go a little stale.
Then let's devour his man-flesh quickly, Mother.
Bloodiest games really outdid themselves with this one. Valued at $35, it's MADiSON, released July 8th, 2022. It only took 15 tier list entries and 28 years to reach a pure, scary horror game. You play as Luca, a 16-year-old boy going through the classical awkwardness of adolescence, like waking up in a strange, alternate reality, only to find you've done unspeakable things to your own family members.
Family. Your own blood.
No. This can't be happening. God.
At its core, this is a sort of puzzle game, where you have to find and use various items, often in mind-bending ways, in order to progress through the story. But seriously, I was a bit crunched for time when I recorded this, so I had to use a walkthrough to make quick progress, and some of the solutions you have to come up with are completely out of left field. It also helps that the solution to almost every puzzle is randomly generated each time you start a new game, so many of the walkthrough steps are essentially just figure it out.
My birthday present? How did it get here?
This camera plays a key role in both the gameplay and story. All I can really say without giving away too much of the plot is, your family must absolutely despise you if they gave you this thing as a birthday present. It's not exactly much of a spoiler since it happens in the first 3 minutes of the game. This camera is essentially ultra-haunted and has the power to alter the game world when you snap certain pictures. I'm just doing what Outcast told me to. MADiSON excels at building genuine tension to the point where it can make even goofy tropes quite frightening.
Fuck. This storm must have taken out the power. I think Grandpa had a generator in the basement.
Of course, the old generator in the basement routine. And I don't want to go down to the basement. And even with its indie status, it has a few true AAA gaming moments. There's not much more to say without getting into major spoilers, so instead, I figured I'd just show off some of what this game does best. Making you uncomfortable.
God, the smell. The water is disgusting. What am I doing? God.
So if any of that seemed particularly appealing to you, there's a whole lot more where that came from in MADiSON. And as far as the 30 years of horror tier list, this one lends a solid A. Legitimately spooky, but there are just a few elements that hold it back from that perfect score. It's a miracle this next one even got made. It's Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game, released June 4th, 2024. This $40 title was made by TerraVision Games, a small studio in the heart of Columbia. And I gotta say, they did an outstanding job creating an asymmetric shooter based on a 36-year-old cult horror classic. The question becomes, do we really need another asymmetric shooter based on a 36-year-old cult horror classic? The game is well built, the graphics and sound are sharp, and there are some goofy kill animations which do add a lot to the experience. But every aspect of this game is one-to-one with what Friday the 13th the game, Evil Dead the game, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre the game did years earlier. This feels like an exact PG-13 reskin of one of those, making it inherently lamer. People are already tired of the oversaturation in the asymmetric horror market ever since Dead by Daylight blew up, so I honestly do feel bad for TerraVision Studio. This probably felt like their big break, only to be quietly swept under the rug by the mere passage of time. There is a pretty unique feature where dead survivors can play these minigames in order to get items for those who still live. It works especially well with the 3 school-aged children still playing this game. I just gave you a revolver, which you... This guy's got nothing but revolver ammo. Children in video games. The Klowns are much more fun to play as, and they've won every single match I've played. Then again, the low player count causes the human team to often be at least halfway populated by relatively brainless bots, and that definitely factors in. Other than that, I don't have much to say. It works and all the servers are still currently up, so if you're just a die-hard KK Foss fan, give this one a try. If not, And on the classic 30 Years of Horror tier list, this one's getting a D. Even the movie is kind of known more as a comedy. Second to last is the second game on the list that starts with an M and uses stylized capitalization. Developed by iHosto, it's MiSide. It was released December 11th, 2024. Definitely the scariest menu so far. Better use my real name for immersion. No need to be so formal. Call me John. So this is horror gaming in the 2020s. Picking up a hot girl's clothes for her while she stands and watches. Oh, now I'm buying her soup. Spending genuine time with this woman, doing things together. Yeah, immediate S tier. Terrifying, no questions asked. Oh god, another hot vampire girl. Not again. Why? You're going to want to put on your headphone for this final title, developed by Dark Phobia Games. The Lightkeeper. Released September 7th, 2025. It's a very reasonable $8. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Plato. From the very beginning, this presents itself as equal parts game and cinematic experience.
I came here for the work. Thought distance would drown the past.
It wouldn't.
I was wrong.
Called it.
The ones who came before me, their faces said more than words ever.
Well, that's not really fair. Their faces? The one guy just looked a bit stern, but I'm pretty sure Palo the Goblin over there probably caused whatever horrors are on this island by himself. This game looks absolutely beautiful. I know it's to be expected since it's the most modern one that'll be on this list, but even compared to some of the offerings from 2024, the graphics really shine. Get it? Shine. It's the lighthouse. Each day you take on the duties of an average 1920s lighthouse keeper, like turning off the foghorn. Along with learning a lot about local history. And of course, experiencing reality-bending horrors far beyond your comprehension. Seriously, just look at the style in this scene. It's so simple and yet such impactful imagery. The slow walk towards the three crosses manages to build some serious tension even in itself. And then, like nothing happened, you awake to another pristine morning on the island. But it's still abundantly clear that not all is well. Yet no bird carries an omen as grave as the crow. Among keepers, none doubt its curse. Should you ever glimpse the living crow upon this lonely rock, be warned, calamity is at hand. Man. And though there are certainly a fair few jump scares, most of the horror is properly tactful and tense, making you feel vaguely unsafe on the island instead of just having one big greasy monster. I would highly recommend this game. It's definitely a bit short, running similar in length to a feature film, but almost every minute of the experience is pure cinema. And as for the 30 years of horror tier list, this one reaches comfortably to the top of A tier. Seriously spooky, but tragically lacking in attractive monster girls. Unless you count that. I won't judge. And so it was. The 2025 30 Years of Horror tier list was complete, and prolific YouTuber Dale Jackson06 could go back to not uploading for several months at a time. If you like this series, let me know by commenting or even just tossing me a like or two. Otherwise, that's it.